just told everybody that you've been helping me. Big time. All done. Hello everybody. Wow, it's so weird. This camera looks so much better before I hit record. Like the color is bright, I don't look gray, and then when I go to record, I really dislike this Sony. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, that's not what this video is about. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you guys are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, I'm so glad you guys are back for the video. Let's adjust this. This actually feels very unnatural for me to film because I haven't done it in a while. It's gonna take me a second. Let me just first preference that everything that I can't even get through it. I think this is why I've been avoiding filming this, because I knew I was gonna have a hard time getting through it. Everything that has been going on the past couple of months in the world, I think I've struggled to film this because I don't want to come across, I know no matter what I say, it could get taken the wrong way, and I guess I've just been trying to avoid that. But what I've realized throughout the past couple weeks with what's going on is that you don't know everybody's story. You don't know what everybody's going through. I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I stayed silent, is because this ended up affecting my family. So when something hits that close to home, you need to take a moment to just be in your own thoughts, because it was a really stressful couple of days there last week.
Well, bad news is I'm not gonna be coming home right away. Good? You gonna be good? You gonna be alright? I gotta go, man.
Okay.
Alright, love you. I'll talk to you.
Love you, bye. And it's I also can't share a whole lot anymore, so I'm having this internal conflict with filming videos, because as much as I want to be authentic, and I probably sound really weird right now because it's well, what are you talking about? But it's I feel like I can't share a whole lot, and I'm just trying to navigate this so that I can still create content and still be personal and authentic. So what I'm gonna say, everything that is going on and how deeply I care when it comes to the whole race issue. I've never spoken up about it because in my life, I was always aware of it, but I had so many friends of color, and I just didn't pay attention to a lot of the issues at hand. And then with what happened with George Floyd, I think things were just escalating so quickly. I just needed to process some things. And when I say it affected my family personally, that's something that I still can't really get into. And I know it just sounds what the heck are you talking about? And I really don't even know why I'm getting into this, but I just feel I don't owe anyone an explanation. I don't want people to think I'm being silent because I'm not caring about the situation. I don't want to help the situation. That's not it at all. But I had so many other things that happened in my life, my immediate life, because of these protests, that was what I was concerned about. And I was just trying to get through those emotions before I could process any other emotions. So yeah, I appreciate you guys reaching out for the ones who do know what I'm talking about, because like I said, it was a new thing for me, and it was tough, and like my heart goes out to everybody who's been affected and for the people who are hurting, and like I want to do better. I want to be more inclusive in my content that I'm digesting, that I'm taking in, the people that I associate with, the books that I read, the content that I watch online or movies that I watch, and like really educate myself. And that's kind of going to be something that I want to do moving forward. But with that said, I wanted to share an update with you guys also about what's going on here in the house and some exciting things, and have like a positive side to this video. And when I'm ready to share maybe what happened the past few weeks during all the protests, I will, but for privacy reasons, I just kind of have to keep it here. So hope you guys can respect that. But yeah, so in today's video, we're going to be going over how I'm moving forward with goal planning, because if you're like me, maybe during the stay at home, you kind of lost that routine of like looking at a planner. I know I did, and I kind of lost sight of my goals for the year. And I need to figure out a way to like navigate that again. And one thing that's gonna be a huge motivation for us is we are getting and I'm gonna explain this, 2 puppies on Sunday. This has been something that we've been like talking about for literal like 2 years. I've wanted a dog. Now is, some might be like this is the best time, others might be this is the dumb time, but I'm home alone a lot, and we agreed that Zuka, my cat, was gonna stay with my parents. Kyle's not a huge cat person, and she does have the tendency of like scratching at furniture and wood, and we've renovated so much of this house, and so my parents absolutely adore her anyway, so she's with them. And we didn't actually renovate the dining room yet. So there's pergo floors in there that are going to be coming up and getting the same hardwood that's throughout the house. And we were like, well, you know what? Now is the perfect time for us to have dogs. I'm home, I can train them, I can take them on walks. It's encouraging me to be more active throughout the day, not just with my workout. It's giving me a little bit more responsibility, companionship, and it's gonna help me structure my day. So I'm gonna share with you guys how we're prepping for the puppies, and I'm also gonna share with you guys how I'm gonna be training them. And if you guys are familiar with Skillshare, I've talked about them a few different times on my channel, but they literally have online courses for every topic. I've talked about like the design courses, photography, financial planning in previous videos. They even have animal training videos on there. So I took it upon myself to find a few different courses to educate myself before we go and pick up the puppies, so that way I'm like ready to rock and roll on their training, and I'll be sharing more about them too once we get them. But if you guys are interested in Skillshare, you guys can get 2 free months of unlimited access to any of the courses that you want. I will have it linked down below for you guys. And this is available for the first 1,000 people who sign up. So don't wait, because it is the perfect time to start something new, find a new hobby, and accelerate in it. I've used Skillshare for literally like 5 years, and it's something that I will always continue to use because, number one, I'm like definitely a hobbyist. I love learning new things. I love trying new things, and Skillshare makes it so accessible. All right, so let's go and check out what we're gonna be, or how I'm gonna be kind of getting back into a better routine and planning for these puppies. Let's go. Here, we haven't even done transition for this yet, because all of these shorty pieces are gonna end up coming out once we redo these floors, because we want this to look like one space. So it'll end up having some longer boards that kind of create the transition, but this is gonna be the puppy's room for the time being. We will be moving all the trim. We have to finish this up, but we're gonna have their cages in here and basically gate off this room. I really think that like Kyle is nervous because it's just change, and he doesn't particularly like change, but I think it'll be good for us too. So we've already gotten both cages because we will be crate training them. Plenty of puppy pads. Right, so the first thing that I have is this ELS pet water bowl. My grandmother gave me this because they used this for their dog, and it's supposed to like catch the water so that way they don't drip everywhere. I'm not totally sure how this works, but it's also slide proof, which is really nice. And then you guys know I love copper, and they had these, this is by Neater Pets, hammered stainless steel dog food bowl. I actually have a bunch of hammered copper stuff in our kitchen, so I think this will look great. It also has the little grips on the bottom. We've got Tricky Trainers, these little chewy grain-free, 3 calories per treat. This is peanut butter. And then I did a beef flavored one. This is the Merit Power Bites. These are a little bigger. Probably do more of the training with the small ones. And I'm gonna put pictures up of the boys. We did get 2 boys, and a lot of people have said like, oh, like they're gonna be territorial. We've always had 2 boy puppies at a time. So, I mean, I don't know, I think if we train them right, it'll be fine. Plus they're from the same litter, they're brothers, so we just have to make sure that we give them one-on-one like attention. So, all right, then we purchased a couple like really inexpensive collars from Amazon. These are like $2.99 just because they're gonna get a lot larger. We think that the mom is a shepherd husky or like a shepherd border collie. She's furry, but like has that shepherd look. So we're not really sure. We also don't know who the dad was. The boys look different. I mean, Koa, who's our darker boy, he looks like he's got like Ken Kai in there, or like Malinois. He looks more like a bear. And then Reef, who is the tan one, he has that like shepherd, almost lab face. It's hard to explain. And then the girls in the litter, oh my gosh, they were so cute, so fluffy, so round. They look like Pomeranian Huskies. It's crazy. So we don't really know what they are, but we're not getting their like official collars and stuff until they're like more full grown. So we kept it inexpensive. Then we also got some finger toothbrushes for them. I've been missing a few things. I purchased like clicker trainers. They haven't come in yet. And then Amazon had this really great kit where you got 2 of everything. So that was perfect for us. And I actually really like these. I don't want to use the word tactical, but it's kind of tactical leashes. So this will be great for training. We're going to train the boys using a house line, which means that they wear a leash inside. And I just feel like, ooh, this is really well made. And I think this was only like $15 or $16 for this whole set. So each boy will have their own collar, and then it comes with a pooper scooper thing and you can attach this to the leash, and it's like a collapsible water dish. We're planning on taking them on a lot of hikes and stuff, so that'll be good. And then this kit was a couple different chew toys. Now we're gonna have to get a lot more stuff because, especially if they start to feel territorial of things, but they're just chewy bones. These are huge, the size of them. But so that's our exciting update about the puppies. If you guys saw in a vlog coming up, I'm gonna share, we updated our bedroom and we did our guest room kind of. We're getting there, guys. Like our couch is ordered for Monarch sofas, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, everything's going really well. The deck came out really great. I feel like there's like so much I haven't shown you or like talked to you guys about, you know? So we painted the deck. It looks so much better. My herb plants are thriving. I made my grandmother's mint iced tea, which I'm gonna share the recipe with you guys. It's so refreshing and delicious. And then my pot that I did all these flowers is growing so nicely. My spillers, my daisy came back to life. These are begonias. I totally forget what these are called. These also bloom a really pretty pink and red. I'm so excited with how this looks. So I'm gonna take some time and just kind of brain dump some goals that I have for the summertime. I think that's kind of maybe the best way to do it. Like I said, I've kind of neglected all of my goals. I've just been going through the motions of things every day, and I don't particularly like that. So I'm gonna spend some time and figure it out because I don't have a plan right now, so I'm not gonna vlog me working through that process, but I'll share it with you guys afterwards. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna straighten up the kitchen because I'm feeling very anxious, and I think it's because I didn't clean up yet. Also wanted to share with you guys the new book that I'm reading, The Champion Mind by Jim Afferman. I'm only on the first chapter, but the chapters are pretty hefty. They're like 30 pages. So like if you do one a day, it's really effective. It's very to the point. I love that you can kind of apply it to everything in life. You don't have to necessarily be training as a athlete or for a sport, but it really helps you in like your relationships, your goals, like just being the best you. So I highly recommend this. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a huge catalog person, and I just ordered the new Restoration Hardware Outdoor and then the normal catalog because my last one got kind of warped, so I got a new one. And then my grandmother, she saves me all of her catalogs, and it's like my favorite thing when she comes up state for the week, her weekly outing up here. She brings me any magazine, so it's always like Front Gate, Grandin Road, sometimes it's Southern Living, Real Simple, Architectural Digest, like those kinds of things. So, oh, and Ballard, I love Ballard. Just wanted to share some of my favorite things with you guys. It's like a treat when she sends these. So I've been sitting here just kind of brain dumping for the past like half an hour, and I actually came across just like a brain dump of 2020 goals, and I literally have not read them since I wrote them. So I'm gonna review these and kind of see, I don't know why I'm starting to tear up, if I'm at all like in line with that. There's also some like long-term goals in there. But then what I did was I wrote down my must-dos for the summer, because there are certain things that aren't necessarily goals, they're just things that have to get done. One of those being finish my 2019 taxes before July 15th. I pay quarterly, so I just have to like actually add up my income and expenses for the year and do all the itemization and stuff. I need health insurance because I just turned 26, so that's fun. And I have to go over some other like Delaware stuff, like things that I have to do for, just have things I have to do for that. So those are the must-dos for the next month or two. Then I have 3 like major goals, and I didn't want to do this like, okay, well, what are my house goals and what are my this goals? And like, I just wanted to be like, okay, very streamlined, to the point, 3 things. Really get my nutrition and training plan done by somebody else, so that way it keeps me more accountable. Not having a gym and working out from home has been like, this is the longest time I haven't been in a gym in the past like 10 years. So I just want some help, and my goal for that is August 15th because we have a wedding to go to. I want to finish another nutrition cert that I started last year and never finished, and then I want to complete my Wi-Fi Warriors business course. So that way I can actually take this and apply it to new ebooks, new courses for you guys, and that really is what I want my long-term thing to be. So I actually need to do it. Why am I like crying and nose is running? Like, this is not an emotional conversation here. And then the habits that I know that I need to do to feel good and like productive. Daily reading. So I read a couple novels last month, which I hadn't read novels in a while. So I wanted to kind of go back to personal development just because I think I need it right now, like I really do. Walking with the puppies. So obviously I walk anyway, and I just feel like having dogs is gonna make it that much more easy for me to get my walks in. I want to go back to really like pre-planning my meals, because I've just been sort of like winging it based upon feelings, and I've been more intuitive. It's been great, and I've actually become really more in tune with my hunger and not as like snacky and stuff like that, which I think has been really beneficial. But I do think I could have a little bit more routine as far as that's concerned, and like really hitting my protein targets, because I haven't been as good about that. And then dog training, 2 mini sessions per day, so like 15 minutes each. And by like being cognizant of these habits that I need to do, it'll help me kind of figure out like what a daily schedule looks like, and then a weekly schedule. So then what I did was I wrote down my weekly schedule needs to include ... And it was like a total of all the things that I know that need to get done. So at least 7 30-minute walks. So what I'm thinking is like the pups might get a walk like first thing in the morning. But because you're supposed to walk them separately, like I might do like 15 minutes with one dog and 15 minutes with another, and then like do that later in the afternoon. I don't know yet. I need 14 mini training sessions per week with them, so 2 per day, 6 workouts, 1 to 2 YouTube videos, finish a unit in Wi-Fi Warriors, finish 2 chapters in my nutrition course. I want to be able to have 2 dedicated hours to just like the house stuff per week at least. I mean, I do stuff throughout the day, but like, I think just kind of having a set in my schedule, like at this time for this long, I'll be doing house stuff. And then like an admin session, cause like we haven't even gone over budgets and stuff since we moved, and we need to. So I feel like I'm making progress. I still haven't looked at a planner yet, but we're getting there. If I were to put this in my planner, like write out this schedule, it's gonna feel just like too confined and permanent. So that's why I like doing these brain dumps. You don't have to do this in a software like Canva. You could just write this on a piece of paper and draw it out for yourself, or like maybe do it in like a mock-up calendar on like Google Calendar. But I wanted to just share how you can see the first one's like very vague. I just have everything basically the same. And then in the second one is kind of like a elevated version of that, where it is more specific. And I think as I work through this schedule over the next week or two, I'll be able to finite the schedule and rework it and make it super productive for me. I hope you guys found this little goal planning session useful. I'm just trying to ease my way back into it. And I know the planners can seem kind of daunting if you've been away from it for a while, but I also think having a schedule and a routine during the summer is super helpful. I'm going to be sharing more content with you guys. We've got some organization videos coming up, which I'm super stoked to share with you. And I can't wait to introduce you to the puppies. But as always, I hope you guys are doing well. If you have not clicked the subscribe button, I would love for you to do so, and I will see you guys in the next video.